Hey, what's up, guys and gals? So, welcome to the very new episode on my astrology, on your astrology, on our own astrology channel. And today we'll be dealing about the 9th house in Vedic astrology. So, as I always do, I'll reiterate a Vedic theory that becomes of extreme importance in order to understand the dynamics of the houses in depth. So, according to that Vedic theory, whenever we take a house into consideration and we count 12 places from the house with the counting beginning from the house itself, then the house that we actually reach to represents the qualities or the attributes that are totally different or that are totally non-compliance to the house from which we started the counting. Or else you can put it like that the house that we reach to represents the attributes or the significances that are totally different or in non-compliance from the house that we took into consideration, because the house that we took into consideration was the house that we started the counting from. So in order to study the 9th house in Vedic astrology, which is gonna be which this video is all about, we got to take into consideration or we got to start the counting from the 10th house. And in order to study the 9th house in Vedic astrology, we will have to study the 10th house in detail. So first of all, let's apply that Vedic theory to this Vedic chart over here, and let's see where do we actually get to. So beginning the counting from the 10th house itself, we'll count 12 places from the 10th house, and let's see where do we actually get to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So by counting the 12 places from the 10th house, we actually reached to the 9th house, in Vedic astrology. So if we apply that similar Vedic theory principle over here, then it says that the 10th house represents the qualities or the attributes that are totally different from that of the 9th house. Or you can say it as that the 9th house is not equal to the 10th house, 10th house is not equal to the 9th house. You say it either way, it doesn't make any difference. So one thing is very crystal clear over here is the fact that in order to study the 9th house in Vedic astrology, we will have to study the 10th house of the Vedic astrology in detail, and then only we can make out what the 9th house in Vedic astrology stands for. So what the 10th house in Vedic astrology is all about? Well, I think it could be a cakewalk for even to the people who are just new to Vedic astrology. Well, I'll tell you, the 10th house in Vedic astrology is the house of career. And if you can see it out here in the chart out here, 10th house is totally opposite to the 4th house in the Vedic astrology. So what was the 4th house in Vedic astrology? As I told you in the 4th house astrology video, well, the 4th house in Vedic astrology is all about the comforts and the conveniences that we are endowed with. So it could be the convenience of laying in the mother's lap. It could be the convenience of traveling by a four-wheeler rather than by a two-wheeler. It could be the convenience of having an air-conditioned room to sleep in. It could be the convenience of having the luxury vehicles, traveling to the luxurious spots. I mean, on vacation you go and you put up in a 5-star instead of a 3-star or a 4-star. It could be the convenience of you being very sure of the fact that no matter what, whosoever thinks whatever about you, but you have a certain group of people, that is your mother and your parents, which are represented by the 4th house, who are your pillar of strength. So let's say tomorrow if you are falsely alleged for a crime, then even though the whole society believes that you are a criminal and may term you as an outcast or a pariah in society, but you are very sure of the fact that you have those parents and that mother that would stand by you like a rock in those tough times, in those poignant on the doleful and the testing situations. And you know that they will believe me, that it is me who is falsely alleged for something that I was not even aware of. So this the 4th house of comforts and conveniences. And since the 10th house is exactly opposite the 4th house, so 10th house is the house where we are stepping outside the house, outside of a house, and we are stepping into the big bad dirty world, which is full of competition, which is full of hatred, which is full of the harsh realities of life. and that's why it is called a house of career. So what happens in the professional or the career sphere? In the professional or the career sphere, when we are outside of the home and operating in that dirty world out there, people are ready to stab us, people are ready to bring us down, people are ready to cast false aspersions on a clean character, people are ready to to butcher us down in order to move up ahead the ladder. People are ready to do practically anything in order to surpass you. And although this career thing is kind of filled with the harsh realities, where the people are very shrewd and malicious in all their undertakings, that they are not even ready to kill you, but they are even ready to walk over your dead body in order to get up ahead in the ladder of success, and in order to defeat you in the era of competition. So although it's kind of this 10th house thing is kind of dirty, but still it's an inescapable reality. So 10th house is the house of career. What else is the 10th house? 10th house is the house where we are stepping outside the house to earn our livelihood, to earn any of the materialistic pursuits, like it could be earning the name, fame, wealth, reputation of any sort. So unlike the 4th house, wherein you are surrounded by the people, wherein you are surrounded by your mother, your parents, or the people of your homeland, who you know that these people love you for who you are, irrespective of the fact that whether you are a stubborn child or you are a highly obedient child. 4th house is the house which actually tells that you are surrounded by the people, and you are blessed with a mother who showers onto you the most purest, esoteric, divine, pragmatic, enigmatic love in this world. And she does it unconditionally, and she does it irrespective of the fact that whether you obey her or you obey her not. She loves you in such a besotted way which is beyond the realm of comprehension of any other individual, and she does this irrespective of whether you are financially good or not. She does it irrespective of whether you are a man of good deeds or you are a man of bad deeds. But when you are into that 10th world, that 10th house of competition, then there people judge you for how you conduct yourself when you are outside your home. 10th house is the house where people judge you by your accomplishments, by your achievements, by your money, by your standard of living. That is how financially sound you are. So what else is the 10th house in Vedic astrology all about? Well, 10th house in Vedic astrology is something where we are putting a lot of effort, in order to imbibe, in order to inculcate in our personality the attributes of patience, perseverance, persistence, and we are trying our level best to exercise all these qualities with respect to the things that are represented by the planet placed in the 10th house. So if Mercury is placed in the 10th house, then we're going to take up the communication thing, the marketing thing, or the mass communication thing very seriously, because we know that it is our career. It is through our communications and marketing that we're going to earn our food from. Or if Venus is present, then you will take care of how you look, how you behave with others. You will try to look your best in the world full of glamour, and you would want yourself to be decorated with the modern day embellishments. You would want you to be decorated with the good necklaces. You would want to keep your skin clean, your clothes clean and tidy, and things of that sort. So 10th house in the Vedic astrology is a place wherein you are the sole person responsible for what you make out of yourselves in that professional arena, where you are that where unlike the home where you had the financial, emotional or physical support of the parents or the mother, here in the 10th house you are the sole person who is responsible for what you make out of your life, whether you want to be a beggar or whether you want to be at the apex or the pinnacle of success. So unlike the 10th house, which is all about the materialistic pursuits of life, 9th house in Vedic astrology, which we are studying today, is all about the religious pursuits. 9th house in Vedic astrology is all about giving up the materialistic pursuits of life and seeking a meaning to life, seeking some kind of a higher philosophy, seeking some kind of a higher learning, philosophical learning, seeking anything that expands your horizon of knowledge. And guys, now that we know that the 9th house in Vedic astrology is all about the higher learning, is all about the philosophical learning, is all about any kind of a learning that lifts us to a higher level of self-awareness, self-consciousness. It could be a learning of any philosophical subject or theology, etc. So 9th house is totally different to the 10th house of the materialistic pursuits, and 9th house, which is originally controlled by the planet Jupiter, is the house of law, because Jupiter is the planet which writes the law, and 10th house is originally controlled by Saturn, and Saturn is the planet which makes sure that the law is being adhered to. That is, Saturn makes sure that the law is being followed. So if you can see it out here, that 9th house falls just one place behind the 10th house. So 9th house is the house which is the final preparatory ground before we start operating in the 10th house, which is full of competition, which is full of malicious, shrewd people who will misutilize us as a resource in order to serve their own selfish ends. So it's any of the planet that is placed in the 9th house or the lord of the 9th house. It actually teaches us that when we operate in that 10th house of the professional sphere, we shall be fair, we shall be legitimate, we shall be constitutional and lawful in our approach, and we shall maintain the fair dealings in all our undertakings and endeavors. So this is the 9th house in Vedic astrology is all about. Now these lawful learnings could be in the form of the religious learnings, like the religion teaches us, any religion, whether it be Jewish, whether it be Catholics, whether it be Christianity, Muslim religion, Hindu religion, Buddhist religion. Every religion actually lays down some of the rules and practices that we got to follow as individuals. So every religion tells us that we shall not infringe or trespass certain boundaries, and certainly we shall remain within the realm of what is termed as good by that religion. So it could be the religious learning, it could be the religious subject which teaches us that we shall not be audacious and disdainful in our conduct in the society when we are operating in the 10th house. It could be the religious subject which tells us that we shall try to inculcate in our personalities the values of integrity, morality and honesty. It could be the religious subject that teaches us that we shall not try to take the undue advantage of the people and try to deceive them in order to meet our own selfish goals. Instead, we should be fair and transparent in our dealings. We shall not try to make any of the people make any of the easily deceivable people be victimized by our deceptive methods. It could be any religious teaching which teaches us that there is no shortcut to success. We got to work hard in order to reach up ahead in the ladder, and any of those shortcuts may look to be very glamorous, may look to be very easy in the shorter run, but it's ultimately gonna boomerang. It's gonna backfire in the end. So we got to we got to work hard to reach to where we want to. Or the lawful teachings of the ninth house could be in the form of the wisdom, could be in the form of the experiences, could be in the form of the knowledge that we have picked up from our gurus, from our teachers, from our own father or the fatherly figures, that they tell us that they went through this situation in life and this happened. So they narrate us the stories, and we pick up valuable lessons from them. So that's why ninth house is called the house of higher learning, that is learning at the universities where we are interacting with our teachers. And ninth house is also called the house of fatherly teachings. So guys, since we have completed the first point with regards to the ninth house astrology video, let's quickly take up the second point with regards to the ninth house. And it says every planet here to teach something. Yes guys, every planet that is placed in the ninth house or the lord of the ninth house, they are there placed in a horoscope to teach us something valuable before we actually take up the final challenge and step into the 10th house. So if a planet like Saturn is placed in the ninth house, then the planet Saturn want to teach us that you got to be meticulous and scrupulous in all your undertakings, in all your endeavors. When you are operating in that professional sphere, you got to leave no stones unturned, as there is no shortcut to success. Or if the planet Jupiter is placed in the ninth house, then here the planet Jupiter, which stands for over optimism, which stands for the positive outlook on life. Here the planet Jupiter is here to teach us that when you enter into that 10th house of competition, when you enter into the 10th house of career and the harsh realities of life, you gonna come across situations when you will feel as if you are dragged against the wall, and the so-called seemingly troubles gonna look so big in themselves that they'll try to bog down your spirit. But instead of getting bogged down or getting ruffled up by those challenges of the 10th house, you got to stay positive. You got to keep marching ahead with full force and keep faith in the higher self, because it is your faith in the higher self which will ultimately which either sooner or later, but it's ultimately going to reward you for the hard work you have put in. So Jupiter here might make you come across some of those, since Jupiter stands for teachers in our life. It indicates that you may meet some kind of a teachers who may teach you meditation, contemplation, pranayams, yogas, or any of these Ayurvedic techniques which may help you to maintain your mental composure, to regain your tranquility of mind and the serenity of mind, body and soul, so that when you come across any such poignant and the doleful situations, instead of being ruffled up, you will just expand your strength and fearlessly face the challenge that is in front of you. And finally you will see that when you constantly expand your strength and keep the faith alive within you, when you don't doubt your self capabilities, when you instead believe in them, then things change for the better, and it automatically happens that those seemingly troubles that looked so big in themselves at some moment are going to bring down their own strength, and that too by themselves. So the planet Jupiter here inculcates a lot of optimism in the person, a lot of lawfulness in the person. Now let us, if this particular place is being occupied, that is, if this ninth house, in the ninth house, if the planets, soft planets like Moon and Venus are placed, then these people are inclined towards the charitable deeds, especially the charitable deeds towards the social organizations, the NGOs, and the charitable deeds especially to the educational institutes, since ninth house represents the studies like the postgraduate programs or the PhD programs at the university level. So here the Moon and Venus are going to teach you a lesson that although you might work hard, for the money, for the fame, for the fanfare and glory when you are operating in the 10th house. But you shall not forget the fact that there are still many people that who are downtrodden, who are the unprivileged people in society. So you shall reserve a part of your earnings for these downtrodden and the unprivileged people. So here Moon and Venus tell you that any kind of a charitable deed, any kind of the love and compassion shown for the downtrodden in the society does not go in vain. It goes a long way in making your life worth living and gives a purpose to your living. So many of these people, especially who have Moon in the 9th house, they are inclined towards the social work. They are inclined towards the social upliftment of the society, and they are seen building up the water reservoirs. That's what I've personally encountered in my studies. Since water is represented by the Moon, so one way these people try to uplift the society or contribute in some form or the other by the money they have earned. They build up the water reservoirs for the people who do not have access to water, etc. And what if there are planets like Mars and Ketu? Well, since Mars and Ketu are kind of the headless planets, well, Mars is a planet that comes in extremely handy when it is given a duty, when it is assigned a task by someone, that hey Mars, go and butcher off that enemy. Hey Mars, go and solve that situation and do this work. And this is the detailed plan of how you're going to be proceeding like. But Mars is like that enemy who does not have the prudency and the discretionary levels like that of Jupiter or Mercury, that he gonna carve out some kind of a action plan. So here Mars or Ketu, whichever planet might be, can either act in a very good manner or a very bad manner. So the people who have any any of these two planets, Mars or Ketu in the 9th house, these people should actually be careful that they are not put into the wrong company, because likely are the chances that these people with the Mars or Ketu in the 9th house can actually come across situations or meet people who might try to deviate them through what their actual path should be like when they are studying in a university or when they are preparing to go ahead in the 10th house. So these people with Ketu or Mars in the 9th house are easily susceptible to the wrong company, to the wrong information, or they can be brainwashed by the people who might brainwash them, by instigating in them some kind of a communal hatred, some kind of violence, which the Mars is usually prone to. So Mars here, if Mars here, comes Mars or Ketu comes across in the company of the good people, who might tell this Martian person that these and these are the values, these and these are the positive attributes, positive side to life, and these are the positive qualities that one should adhere to if one were to go up ahead in the ladder of success. So here this Martian personality, this 9th house Martian personality, would be very staunch and resolute. He would stick to those positive qualities. He would be lawful in his approach, and he would not succumb to any of those shortcuts, or he would actually alienate himself from any of those bad companies or any of those things that could derail him, that could deviate him from what his actual path should be like. So here we can see the Gandhian type of Mars, which channelizes its aggression, which channelizes its courage and willpower in a very in the right direction, in a very channelized manner. Or else, if this Mars were to get into any kind of a bad company, then he can actually be brainwashed by people. He can actually be instigated in the name of religion. So he can be told by some kind of a militant group that the Hindus should be butchered down, since they are the people who took away who took away our land. The rich are to be butchered down, because these are the people who are unconsiderate of the poor people in the society. So this Mars in the ninth house can make a person a Gandhian person, or who exercises his staunchness and resoluteness in a very channelized manner, or else he can become some kind of a suicide bomber, some kind of a brainwashed militant, some kind of a murderer, or somebody who may fall victimized to the bad habits, since he is prone to be brainwashed if he meets the bad people. And guys, now what can we make out if somebody has Rahu in the ninth house? Well, a ninth house Rahu person is kind of a personality because since Rahu is the planet who is all about breaking the religious dogmas, is all about breaking the traditional and the preset norms, preset rules and regulations in the society. Since Rahu is a foreigner, so here the presence of Rahu can be good or bad depending upon which sign Rahu is placed in, or is it receiving aspects from the benefics or the malefics. So here Rahu is not a person who would just take up the teachings of his guru and blindly is going to follow them. That since his guru has told such a path to be followed, he is not going to blindly follow such a path. He is going to ask his guru that what is the fundamental on which based on which you are advising me to follow or seek such a path to glory. Why not I shall be doing this? Why shall I not be doing this rather than doing what you are propagating? So he could be a person, a student. Rahu here can show a student who can go to a university and who criticizes his teachers either for the good or for the bad reasons. Like here Rahu can be good in the sense that he can be a sort of scientist who questions the normal or the traditional methods of learning. So he can tell to the teacher that why shall we bring books? Why shall each of the person buy books and bring books to the university? Why not in order to protect our environment from the environmental degradation, and in order to safeguard the trees, why not the whole of the student community in the educational institute be given access to a common online database rather than carrying a bundle of books. So Rahu can be positive in that sense, or Rahu here can also question the religious texts, in the sense that if he finds that something that is written in the religious text is kind of needs to be changed in the modern context, then he can raise his voice against it, and that is positive in nature. Sometimes, for example, such a person may just shun his religion and adopt a foreign religion because he is of the viewpoint that if the Hindu religion propagates, or if the pandits or the prohits of the Hindu religion are of the fact that untouchables should not be allowed in the temples, then this is a philosophy that I just don't believe into, because it is baseless. It has no fundamental firm fundamental reckoning. So I rather give up this religion and follow some other religion which I feel is kind of fits in the modern context and has a much more considerate approach towards the downtrodden and the unprivileged people in society. However, so this is the good side of Rahu. However, on the other side, Rahu here can show a sex maniac, some kind of a deceptive guru who just leads the lifetime, who just shows to other that he is a saint, he is living the lifestyle of a guru, he is living the lifestyle of a monk, but down within he is a sex maniac. He could be somebody who could be running a sex racket. He could be somebody who could tell his disciples that we got to have our sexual instincts, our sexual urges satisfied, because only when our sexual urges are satisfied, then only we can attain the final bliss. And in this process he may end up molesting the innocent individuals, the innocent disciples of his. So these are the kind of things which are seen when Rahu is placed in the ninth house of an individual's horoscope. So guys, here we can actually see that any of the planets placed in the ninth house or the lord of the ninth house are giving final touches to our personality before we are prepared for that before we are finally prepared to take up the challenge of going into the 10th house. So the dignity of the ninth house in a horoscope predicts kind of is an indication of how brilliantly or how worstly we're going to perform when we step out in that professional sphere. It's like kind of, we can relate it to the example where you are going to write an entrance exam tomorrow, but a part of your success can be assessed from the amount of preparation you have done for that entrance exam. So guys, the ninth house is called the house of fortune or the house of what lies in the future, because a part of our of what we are going to make of ourselves in the future is actually made out by the dignity of the ninth house in a horoscope. Since how we are going to perform in that entrance exam, a part of it can be judged by the preparation we have done up till now, which is seen from the ninth house in our horoscope. And similar is the reason why D9 chart, the D9 harmonic chart, is given a lot of importance in Vedic astrology. So guys, this is it. We are finally wrapping up the ninth house astrology episode part 1, and the rest of the things that are related to the ninth house, I'll be trying to wrap them all. I'll try to cover them all in the ninth house astrology episode part 2, which I'll be soon uploading. So this is your host Trishu signing off, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see me over again. And if you want to keep track of what's coming in next, which all videos I'm uploading, then remember to subscribe to my channel. So till then, stay healthy, stay wealthy, try to find out the purpose of your life through astrology. So it's your host Trishu signing off on that note. Take care, goodbye, enjoy.